Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central. CFL content for the fans, by the fans. And we got another signing coming up, this time from the Montreal Alouettes, as Pierre Olivier Lestage re-signs with the Montreal Alouettes. And correct me if I'm wrong, this is a 3-year deal, right, Rick?
26, 27, and 28.
Yep, so 3-year deal. One of the kind of unusual. You don't see a lot of 3-year deals in the CFL, but the Alouettes are going to make one of those deals. And again, like if we think about non-quarterbacks that make deals that are a bit longer, the Alouettes have started doing this. Even the other year, they had signed Austin Mack to a 4-year deal, pretty long as far as CFL terms, kind of outside the 1-2 years that you usually see. 3 years for Lestage. And apologies, I'm saying that name wrong. But he's going to become one of the highest paid non-quarterbacks in the league. And there is information out on his contract. I'm just going to go through that if that's all right, Rick. Right here?
Yeah, go ahead.
So in 2026, he will earn $240,000 in hard money as a salary, plus an additional $6,000 in potential all-star incentives. His annual compensation will then increase to $250,000 in 2027 and $260,000 in 2028, with the same all-star incentives available in both years. And then $40,000 of his salary is guaranteed in 2028, providing him long-term security. So he's going to be doing very, very well. Making a lot of money to play with the Alouettes, and he's being kind of a key piece of that offensive line. Like if we look at that O-line this year, left guard, right next to Lawrence, right between Lawrence and Callender, he was kind of a crucial part of this O-line and all the success that they were able to have. Like even if we look at the Alouettes here and we look at the sacks they had given up, they were tied for second in the league with the least amount of sacks given up. They were tied with Saskatchewan, who also had 26. The only team with less was the BC Lions, who had only given up 20. So they had done very, very well there. So how do you feel about this signing for the Alouettes, Rick?
It's going to be interesting because, don't get me wrong, I get that offensive linemen need to be paid.
Yep.
But to say you're going to pay an offensive lineman more than your top receiver is a little bit much.
You know what? I'm not sure if I will say now. I want to make this clear. As someone who used to play O-line, I'm a little bit biased in that regard. So I want to put that out there. I will say, though, I do think that probably one of the most overlooked aspects of the game in terms of when free agency rolls around is the O-line, in the sense of I would rather have a A-plus offensive line and a C-plus quarterback than a C-plus offensive line and an A-plus quarterback. Because if you have an A-plus quarterback but you have a C-plus O-line in front of him, doesn't matter how good that QB is, it's not going to work. If you have a good O-line, you can at least give that quarterback a chance. Now, one thing I will say that is fair of note in regards to paying O-linemen a large salary is the O-line needs to perform well as a unit. You know what I mean? The O-line, unlike probably more than any other position in football, is one where they live or die together, in the sense of you can have the best O-lineman in the world, but if the other 4 guys stink, then it doesn't mean anything, because you can't block all 4 guys yourself. You know, you have to rely on your brothers beside you. So this is a great move for the Alouettes, personally, I think. The only thing is, though, is that this can't be the only move. Is that if they're looking for O-line security, locking down who they had this year, the rest of that O-line is just as important as getting Lestage there. But having a core piece locked in for years to come is generally a good thing, in my opinion. What what about you, Rick? You got anything else?
Not really. I'm just curious to see when all the other big fish are gonna
Yeah.
come a knocking.
Yeah, no, and again, and he had done very well. He has one Grey Cup ring in Montreal. He had won that in 2023 with the Alouettes. He had played 17 games that season, and then yeah, his first year in the league, 2022, plays 11 games, and 17, 2023 wins a Grey Cup. Then 2024 and 2025 plays 18 games apiece there, and of course had played in the Grey Cup this year. Didn't come out on top. Didn't get a second ring there, but still had done very, very well. And even if we look at the amount of sack yards lost, so every time they did give up a sack, how many yards they gave up, they still did relatively well. They had the fourth best in the league, but if you look at kind of where the scales start to tip, they had done very, very well because the Lions had given up the least amount of sack yards lost, 135 only. Saskatchewan gave up 165, Hamilton 174, Montreal 176 just behind him. But keeping in mind that worse than the league was Edmonton with over 423 sack yards lost, just kind of showed how, as much as they were in the middle of the pack, they were definitely tilted towards the better side of things. So Montreal continuing to build off that is a very, very good thing. This guy who's only 28 years old, so when his contract expires, he'll be 31, so you'll get a good 3 years out of him. He is a national, so I understand him being a priority. So all in all, I think it's a pretty good signing. Anything else you got before we wrap this up?
Nope.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video, share it around, and subscribe if you have not already. Also, make sure you guys check out our Discord. Link in the description below to our Discord, where we talk all things CFL, NHL, all sorts of sports. So make sure you guys go there and keep the conversation going. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Peace, love, and positivity, all you wonderful people at home. We will see you guys next time.